All right, now we're going to talk about stairs. Now, let me first say this is probably not the only way to do the stairs. This is just the way that I found that works consistently. If you look here, we got two sets of double doors or French doors. And what we're going to do, we're going to end up putting a landing here right below this French door and a landing here below that French door. And those landings are just going to be basically floor. Then we're going to add the stairs to those, a zigzag stairway, so it'll scissor up to that opening, and then this one will scissor up to the next opening. I tried to do this just with the automatic stair tool, and it had a real problem doing the zigzag. So I'm sure there's a way to do it, but to me this is the easiest way to explain it. So we will start on the first floor. So we're going to go over to our first floor plan. Here it is. Here's our opening right here. First thing we need to do is make a floor. Now you could edit this floor plan, this floor generic, to come all the way out here, or you can make a total separate floor, which is what I'm going to do for the landing. So I'm going to use boundary line for the floor. It's 0 foot 0 on the first floor, which is correct. I'm going to make it about 5 foot deep. That's going to be 6 foot wide because that's how wide the door is. And then should be 5 foot deep again. And then all the way to the end. Should be exactly 6 feet. It might not have been, but oops. That's why. It's because our building is kind of not straight up and down, northeast, southwest. It's kind of harder for the program to keep up with that. Okay, this is a little bit off, but that's okay. All right, so there is our pad. We're going to hit the check mark. And if we go back to the 3D view, here's our pad. Ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a zigzag stair. It'll start kind of below or right at this line of the building here, and it'll come up, there'll be a landing, and then it'll come up to this. And then we're going to have to add railing to that floor after the fact. So we'll go back to the first floor. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. I was like, oh. I always make sure, I always close the ceiling plans because you might accidentally click first floor ceiling plan on accident. So that's where I am right now. I'm looking up at the ceiling instead of the floor. Okay, so I'm going to double click first floor plan. There it is. And we are going to click stair by sketch. And I'm going to start the run, and I'm going to use the line. Now what this does is it only draws, and if you hover over here and let it explain it to you, I guess it doesn't explain it. It only draws a line of the run, and I'll explain it. So we're going to start over here, and it starts at the bottom floor. So we're actually going to go change this base level to ground floor, or ground level, to first floor. Okay, so we're going to start, it starts at the bottom and works its way up to the next level. So I'm going to start at the bottom, nearest I can to this. Now it looks like I'm going to run into the building, but really where I'm starting is 10 foot below the floor head. So I'll have 10 foot above my head when I start walking up. So I'm not sure why I didn't start in the right spot there. But we're going to go up to some point halfway, and it makes a line. Now see, there's my stairs. I probably should have gone out farther. So I really should start all this. I'm going to move it to the edge of this platform, and I'll show you why. Because I'm going to come up through here, I'm going to walk up here, there's going to be another platform, and then walk back toward the building. Now, if you don't like the way the zigzag stairs look, I can show you how to do one over here too. So then we're going to do another run, and we're going to start it about right here, starting at that edge, back to the platform like that. It looks like I got it right in the middle, which is good. And when I finish this, it's going to link those two up together and put a landing in between the two, just like that. So you walk up here, here's a landing, and then up to this slab. So this should be ground level, and then up here should be to my first floor. Let's see if it works. So we put check mark. It's going to add all the railing and stuff automatically. You can change them later. So down is going this way, which is correct. Good. All right, so let's check our 3D view. Perfect. All right. Finally, it worked first time. So we got railing all the way up to here. We can change the railing by clicking outside of this and then clicking the railing. And you can change the railing type here to pipe or rectangular. Now these are handrails. Guardrails go up here. Handrails go on the stairs. That's the difference. So I'm going to change it to pipe. There you go. I'm going to change this one to pipe. There we go. I think those look better, but just me. You can leave the other ones. Okay, so what we have to do again is make handrails on this side, or guardrails on this side and this side. And we're going to leave this other half right here open to go up to the next floor. So, okay, so what we can do to add handrails, you can go back to the first floor plan, and we're going to draw in some railing. So click railing, and then all you have to do is sketch a path. And you can't do a full loop, because if you do a loop, it'll cut this part off and have railing in front of your stairs. So you just have to do one at a time. So I'm going to change this to guardrail pipe, and I say OK. So now I got a guardrail. You might need to make our platform a little bit bigger so it doesn't eat into that door. But let's look at the 3D view. Yeah, there's our pipe rail. And this should probably go that's the right way. Okay. And then we'll put another one over here. Railing. Line tool. Here. Check mark. Okay. Now I can already see this is not going to be enough width for the stairway and the railing, so we might have to make this bigger slightly. Let's just make it say edit the boundary and make it another foot, 7 foot, just to be on the safe side. Say OK. You can click this and actually move it over to the edge of the 7 foot if you want. There you go. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the second floor, do the same thing again to go between the first floor and the second floor.